Yeah, yeah, okay, 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 perfect, perfect. Yeah, okay, okay. So basically, I will switch my camera. So this is the raw file, and just a minute. So, let's start from. So this is the raw file. This is how MSMS data looks like. But
Mhm.
this is from Thermo Fisher instrument. So just and please let me know if you I'm like if you are confused in some way. So there are few companies. Just a second. And this is my ultimate goal, like to solve all these things. So basically, these are the companies which sell their mass spectrometers. Thermo Fisher and Bruker. These are the bigger player. So So within Thermo Fisher, there are multiple kind of instruments. Like more or less, they have same technology, but their sensitivity and few things are different. So latest instruments are better, older were not that fast. So newer instruments are faster. So these two are the big companies. If we even able to normalize data from these two instruments, these two companies, and all the instruments from Thermo Fisher, all the instruments from Bruker, it will be amazing. So there are also other companies, but uh, hardly 1% people are using other companies' instruments. So I think we can focus on Thermo Fisher and Bruker. And also, I have a slide uh, just to, sorry. Okay. Okay. So I will go through very fast, just just to tell you something. So okay. So basically, proteins are made up of amino acids. Like if we talk about, like suppose we are on, I think we will start working on proteins. Proteins are made up of amino acids, and few amino acids we also take as a supplement. So I think so. There are about 20 amino acids which arrange in different order, and they make proteins. And for like we all know that this it is already discovered. These are the name of amino acids, and these are the monoids. These are the mass of amino acids. So we already know how much mass we have in the amino acid. This is what we record with mass spectrometer. So mass spectrometer record the x-axis is mass to charge ratio m by z. Here you can see this is m by z, and y-axis is abundance. This is arbitrary, like maximum is 100%. So there is no unit on y-axis. But so what we record is these ions. So basically the ion and their like their m by z and their abundance, how abundant it is. So basically, suppose these two masses, if how we analyze which sequence it is. So what we do, we just deduct the mass of these fragments, and we know this is alanine. So this is amino acid. This way we come up with the whole sequence of peptide. So this is the peptide. So this is so just to do that, we need different algorithms, because how fast is mass spec? It's like within a second you record data of more than 100 peptides, or more than 1,000 peptides within a second. So if we do have to do it manually, it will take a lot of time. Even if we make a simple algorithm where we just compare these masses and do it, then also it will take time. So we made algorithm which is driven by a machine learning based approach. So we have a scoring matrix, and we usually consider 0.0 like 1% FDR, false discovery rate. So whatever we identify, this is also not 100% accurate, but there are few algorithms like Sequest, Amanda, Andromeda. These algorithms are quite good to identify these proteins out of the peptide, out of this raw data. And all these algorithms can also work with every kind of raw data, like even it is coming from Thermo Fisher instrument or from Bruker, or or from any other company. More or less, they will work with every kind of raw data. So whatever we want to do, I think instead of start like, also if we want to start from the output from these algorithms, which scientists already did at their end, we won't be able to conclude anything, because suppose I did that analysis on 10 sample, I can change the cutoff to for my data to look like good. Like if my data is not coming that good, I can change the cutoff, I can change false discovery rate. So in the end, I will have better data, at least to publish. So we cannot assure the quality of data, quality that any scientist has used. So we have to start from raw data, which is literally raw data. What is whatever mass spec is recording, we have to start with that data. So if we start from there, then things will be easier for us. And now, to come like to start from raw data and till that Excel sheet or data matrix, we can either use a software which is open source software. We can use MaxQuant. You already know about
Mm-hmm.
MaxQuant maybe. So we can either use MaxQuant. MaxQuant can also, we can also run it on like cloud, high performance cluster or cloud. It has a docket version, or what we call it. uh, I think we call it docket. Oh, okay, yeah, we can make a Docker actually. We can run
Yeah.
it in a Docker environment. So MaxQuant can work from raw data to Excel sheet data. And if we only work on human, so few things are similar. So we don't have to look for any other protein. We know it is human. We usually provide a library of known proteins, and in silico we generate spectra, in silico spectra, and that algorithm will match whatever is identified in experiment and whatever we already have in the database. So it will try to match, overlap it. So it will be easier. But that algorithm usually takes a lot of time. Like for one sample, it will take roughly 1 hour or 2 hour or 4 hour. I think 1 hour is the minimum for one sample. If we talk about how many experiments are there all around the world, it will be in 50,000, 60,000. And maybe that also I can check, and then you will know what we want to do. So I will try to just a second. So the website is Pride or Proteome Exchange. So this is Pride Archive, and the and so if I just search for the for kidney, and
Hey, I'm wondering, can you share this link with us later?
yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you.
Do it. So there are about 1183 data sets. So that many people has did something related to kidney. But we can also work on kidney cancer. So it will search and okay, kidney cancer. Okay, I think there is also another website. I will open that one that has good uh, graphical user interface. So that second website is Proteome Exchange, and I am going to access data. So basically we will work on human samples. So human, and there are about 22,000 data sets for human, and 22,000 studies basically. Every study may have 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 samples. So these are the human samples, and now we can choose what kind of analysis we are looking for. So maybe I can choose a good keyword. Mm, okay, suppose we check for breast cancer. So there are 242 studies on breast cancer, or maybe more, but at least for 242 studies we have the data. So, and the instrument that they have used in these 242 studies, the instrument is Q Executive from Thermo Fisher, Orbiter Fusion again from Thermo Fisher, Thermo Fisher, Thermo Fisher. So I think most of them are from Thermo Fisher. This Team Stop, Triple Top, or Triple Top, Team Stop is from. I think only this instrument is from Bruker, and all other are from Thermo. So more or less, data quality is like kind of analysis we have to follow is mostly similar. So maybe we can skip this one for the first assignment. We don't include this one from Brooker. We can use all others and try to analyze them together. And maybe and this is breast cancer data set. So all the studies that have done on breast cancer using mass spectrometer. So I think we can do it. We can try to do it, but I can also send you right now, like Docker version of MaxQuant and the link of like and this link so we can have a look and maybe discuss what issues we are facing. Okay. So maybe
Oh,
okay, this is the
yeah.
link of the dataset and it's MaxQuant Docker version. But do we have access to any HP, HPC or any other space
Do we have access to what?
to any high performance cluster or any good server? Like it will take good time to analyze these samples with this software.
I defer to Raphael. Yeah.
Okay, Rafael. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we can use cloud for that, right? Of course, I'm not sure how expensive it would be, but I know that we can run this exclusively on
Okay.
cloud.
Okay.
So yeah.
Maybe
Um,
maybe instead of we start with every data set all together, I think we
yeah.
can just use one of these this data set. I can also share it with you.
Uh,
Uh, I think
yeah.
uh, this data set looks okay to start with.
Yeah, sounds good. I mean, let me express what is my opinion. Please let me know if you have like
Mhm.
anything that I'm missing or something like that. Like, I think I agree with your approach that like we should start with like raw data, especially
Mhm.
because like different methods can different companies can use like different methods of normalization or different algorithms, right?
Mhm.
And starting from raw data we can like try to use and then merge it. What I'm thinking in my head right now is that okay, maybe we can start and choose some data sets
Mhm.
and then maybe like collect and store them in our database in our service
Mhm.
and start from there. Like okay, we collect like 10 simple data sets and then we apply algorithm to that
Mhm.
and then what I'm thinking I'm thinking like it's something that okay we can apply get these 10 data sets and then we can scale it after. Does that make sense?
Mhm. Yes. Yes. That
So
will be
collecting
better.
first, what I'm thinking, we need to collect all the data sets that we need
Mhm.
and then
Mhm.
classify all of them.
Mhm.
Of course this
Mhm.
is already classified, right? Some of the websites already give this classification and
Mhm.
then apply what we want to apply, right?
Okay. Mhm.
So in a really high level, this is what I'm thinking like on the data side. So first start with the raw data, collect everything, and then process everything based on what we need.
Mm. But I think should we discuss our motivation, like what we want to do with, like what is our end goal? So should we discuss on that? Then we will decide, like because holistically we want to do everything, but maybe we can then make some milestones and we will try to achieve these milestones.
I mean, once if it's possible, like to find a pattern,
Mhm.
once like this is we can do that, we can like scale and then distribute this. Like on my area, we use a lot of distributed computing. So instead of like running one thing, we run like multiple things in parallel.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And but we need like to understand the data, and also we need to understand at least one of the patterns so that we can apply it, let's say, to different things, you know. Of course, I
Okay.
think that this is going to be like the highest challenge, what I'm understanding.
Mhm. Actually, now there are like this is our raw data, and our objective is to do the analysis and maybe sorry analysis and make the final, and then we will use our software, maybe some UI, and in the end we will make the report and report with the scientific outcomes. So this is the complete journey that one follow. But now what we discussed, even like there are mm, so we can start with, either we can start with one single experiment. Yeah, we follow all this path and then we start with multiple experiments all together. Either we can do this thing, but so there are multiple challenges that people are facing. So I think we need some, we have to decide where we want to have our focus. Otherwise, we will dilute ourselves. So, I don't know which issues will be like, what will be easier for you, like where we should have our focus. Uh, Rick, do you
Well,
suggest?
I defer to you on focus since you know
Okay.
the industry the best.
Okay.
And my hope with this project, and I'm happy to pivot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But my focus is to um, like tokenize data, basically
Mm-hmm.
to turn it into NFTs so that individual labs and sources of those studies get
Mm-hmm.
credit if a drug is created from that research. So we actually
Okay.
start to get better funding towards labs, um, directly from like the commercial application of their solutions, and get credit like applied to the originators of that information, which should inspire more raw
Yeah.
information collection, which then feeds more
Actually,
solutions.
uh, it is also little complex. So basically, people usually keep their focus on one or two proteins, or like they just work on very few proteins. Like they have identified suppose 20,000, but they are working on two proteins in the end. And when people in industry, when they want to make a drug, when they take their information further, so they are not using one single data set. They are taking a lot of information from many different things. So ultimately we cannot trace back which was the most significant research they followed. And
Yeah.
I so I think we cannot, like it will be very tough to find that single, because it maybe uh, I think maybe they are uh, using information from more than 1,000, 2,000, 3,000
Okay.
labs.
Yeah. So it's
So
diluted,
yes, it is
as
really
far
really
as
diluted.
that's a
So
really valid point.
but
The other thing I would, yeah, go ahead.
mhm.
Finish your
Yeah,
thought, please.
but I think we can have this, like we can consider second thing as a keen motivation behind our whatever we are doing right now. So because me as an individual, I cannot read everything. Maybe I found something very significant, but I don't know about it, and I am just focusing on few proteins. I'm not using my other data sets, like my complete
Mm,
data set.
mm,
And as AI can really read my complete data set, it can really read whatever is known in the world, and it can correlate. It can make some sense out of our data. If we just work on this, like this should be the core of what we are doing now.
mm.
Because if there is like, sometimes I am also not uh, I'm also suppose we if we make, so there are many things that we can do, start from raw data till the data paper publication or till the real findings. But The main thing is that people are not reading about their complete data sets. They are
Mm-hmm.
just keep focusing on few things. Like maybe student cannot read four paper for every protein. He has 4,000 proteins in the end.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
so I think that can make sense. But for that, we really have to access all the data sets. And the issues behind it is that some scientists are not good, they are not ethical. If they found nothing in their results, they just want to publish whatever they have, or they just change their cutoff, they include false positives. And if
Right,
they have false positives, we cannot rely on their things. And our AI, even if we consider AI, it will read something, and claims are not claims are not good, claims are not valid. And even we are using that information, our AI is using that information, so our outcome will also be false. So
mm-hmm.
we also have to consider it. Either we can, like, maybe we can use few there are few parameters that people provide in their research article, that they used this cutoff, and maybe we can consider these cutoff for every article, then choose which one we should use for our AI. It can be a thing. Or secondly, we just analyze everything by ourselves. But if we analyze everything by ourselves, for every single data set, for every new research project, we have to consider everything. It will take really good effort, and people won't pay that much money to us. Like, they are a small group, they are just investing 1,000, 2,000 euro on that experiment. They will not pay 10,000 euro, and our computational space will be really really big. We won't be
Right.
able to sustain. So, or there is a second thing, maybe we can analyze all the data set by ourselves, using our like stringent criteria what we choose, and we make a second copy of result of every data set, which is more better. Like, whatever a scientist has done in his study, it can be different, but we will use a stringent criteria for every experiment, and we can store that result file with us. And in the end, we don't have to reanalyze. We already have the analyzed result. We will just use that information, and but it will be like, it will be difficult too. So, because we have to analyze 100, 200, 500 data sets, and then, but in that case, we can make a panel kind of thing, like whatever has been done on kidney. Suppose if we are talking about kidney, so people can we can make a application only for kidney. So people don't have to curate everything. They can come to us, import their results. We will use all, because we already have results, reanalyzed results from. So we can take that information, provide it to them. We can also reference, we use this data set, and it is similar to that data set, it is similar to that data set. And then we can also correlate with the papers. So we can we can we can do that thing, but everything will need much effort. Like, it will not be simple, like, because we are working on big problem, it will not be simpler. So I don't know how
Yeah,
much effort we can put into it. So
yeah.
I know every big or small problem that people are facing, but I'm not sure how much motivated we are to do this thing. So
Well, the other side we want to look at is not necessarily making this as valuable as possible for labs and scientists,
mhm,
but for
mhm.
people with money. So the
But
big pharmaceutical
Alex,
companies,
sorry,
biotech firms,
Rick,
even
I think if we, like, for even big pharma companies, for anyone in the world, for all the scientists, if we have right data set, if we exclude false positives, if we have true positive, then we can easily conclude. But, like, w- for example, people always had access to blood. Like, from 50 years, maybe they are working on mass spectrometer. There are many diseases which we already also have today. Like, there are there can be some disease which was there in 1970s, and that disease is also, like, there today. So, but the main issue why people are not able, why scientists are not able to find any treatment or anything, is because there are many false positives, and people, like, scientists are not ethical, they are not using correct thing. So for AIDS, even for AIDS, HIV, we don't have a good solution. And this is it. I think it is one of the top 10 issue people are facing right now. Or so maybe if we just focus on one single disease, but use that mass spec and all this kind of data set, we will have something with us. Then we can tokenize it because we did all the analysis on this publicly available result. We will not sell it. We will not publish it directly, but we can open our application to everyone, even with the industries. So industry guy, if they did some experiment with mass spec, they can also come to us. They can just post it, like uh, like import their data set to us. We will analyze it. We will correlate it with everything with 100% stringency, like with no loose data analysis parameter. So we can directly pitch it to anyone, and even academic people have more money than industrials. So like like they really have good money. So, and we are also reducing the time that scientists used to research, and they read to like they have to read a lot. So we are also reducing that time. So, and we can easily pitch it to MIT, Harvard, or really really good people, and we can ask them to use it for free. And we can find good labs which are working on kidney disease, glioblastoma, like any kind of disease. But we have to, I think we should keep our focus on one single thing, one single disease, and we will work around it. Then we will know this is the pipeline that we followed, these are the issues that we faced, and then we will switch to little bigger dimension, like maybe we will work on all disease that we have in brain. Maybe then, like, we will extend our focus. But I think we should work on quality, like 100% stringency in the data analysis. We have to include all the false positives, and we have to normalize everything. So whatever, like, maybe ultimate goal can be that people don't have to use their healthy control anymore. So they can always, because we know we will have a healthy control with us, they can always compare with what we already have with us. So they don't have to. So every time people use 50% sample or healthy control, 50% are diseased. So they will just use diseased. They will reduce their time to 50%. Like, they don't have to repeat control every time. So, because control in Japan or control in America or in Europe is same. Humans
Mhm.
are same. So in the end, we can have our focus on this thing. Or, like,
I like this. The only other thing I wanted to fold into this
mhm,
is
mhm.
the AlphaFold
Okay. Mhm,
database. Is
mhm,
that
mhm.
I don't know enough about this industry to know it more than just like a hot topic, but like,
Like,
is there value
Rick,
in
Rick,
incorporating that holding
like,
database?
actually, AlphaFold is basically how protein fold. What is the structure of that protein? And in our case, and that is more significant if we are working on one single protein. So, but what we do, we have protein in the sample. We break the structure of protein. So protein is now like this, open
Mhm,
structure.
mhm,
Because we have protein in open structure, from the mass spec, we cannot know how protein was there in the sample. So
mhm,
it is not that easy to incorporate because we don't have such information from mass spec. There is a possibility people also do it, roughly 0.1% people maybe. So they don't break their mass, they don't break the interaction of their protein. So protein, suppose it was like this, they just break it from few parts which they already know. Like, suppose this is a point where an enzyme works, so they use the intact protein, they break it from these parts where they already know where this enzyme will work. It is very specific, and ultimately mass spec will have these two peptides which are connected. So in the end, we have structural information from the mass spec, but this is very small decay. Like, this is not very saturated. But from the mass spec, people, so, but, like, how that, uh, how the protein predicting protein structure was very very complicated, and how AlphaFold changed everything. We will change this kind, change things like this. So if we solve this problem, and this is really really big problem. So what people in mass spec are facing. So, and nobody wish to work on it. Maybe big companies they can work, but then they won't be able to, like, they don't have to sell their masses back. Like they will reduce their sales because, and consumption will be half. Like people will not do research on everything. Now every country, every small town, every scientist is just working on cancer, cancer, cancer. But there are much variability in their data set. They just change one single parameter, everything just changed. They don't know the real control. Did so maybe if we dedicate some like good time, I think it will be like, or we can also do one thing from my company now. We can open some, we can try to write such things. We can make some vlogs or something. We can approach good people. We can tell them that we have such kind of softwares. Are you interested? We don't have any software, but maybe we can propose them that we have some beta, we will have some beta version ready in 3 months. Are you interested? Or in 6 months, are you interested? So we can propose it to few people, and we will know that we approached 100 people, and these were really working on this kind of thing, and they were interested or not interested. And we can also ask them how much you can pay for if we give you that much in things. And people, everyone knows that this is a challenge, and nobody is working on it. So we can do this kind of search, like market search, if you think.
Cool. Can you delegate that? I know you're working on multiple projects right now. Can you delegate that research to one of your interns?
Okay, yeah, yeah, that we can do. Yes.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Raphael, I know you have limited time today. What's kind of your digestion of everything we're talking about? What's going on in your head?
I mean, I was thinking more about, especially about this data perspective, right?
Mhm.
I mean, like starting with one of the diseases, I think is a good idea. And maybe, let's say,
Mm.
collect everything.
Okay.
But I still need to take a look on the data and understand, because once we understand the data, to scale is not that difficult, you know? Like,
Okay.
for instance,
Right.
if I
Right.
have like on my side, right? After we have like something that is consistent, we don't
Mhm.
care like if we're processing a billion rows or a billion combinations,
Mhm.
like we can distribute this and process everything at once.
Mhm.
So in
Mhm.
our daily space, we do everything at bulk. But to be able to do this, and I think that this is a great advantage, right? I understand that your problem is that like everything's fragmented, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
to do this in bulk, we will be able like to figure out for everything single. How can I explain that? We can throw like a lot of data and then create multiple analysis out of it. Does that make sense? Multiple combinations. But for
Mhm.
to be able to do that, first we need to understand the data, and this
Yeah.
is
Right.
something that
Right.
like
Like.
I still need to learn a lot of things, especially on your
Uh,
topic.
how data like,
Um,
yeah. Mhm.
but to understand the data, and after we understand the data, we'll be able to like scale this. Does it make sense?
And how much like, can I ask how much big he wants to make it, like how much effort we can put and how big we want it to be. So it can be like, if we really like work with precision, maybe it will take 1 or 2 years, and it will be really big thing. So how early we want to make it available to market, in market, then we can think how much like, suppose if you have to work, Rafael, if you are work, like you have to work with the data. So if we have 3 times 3 month or 6 month, we can start using one of the available algorithm. We will not work on algorithm, we can skip it. If we have time,
Okay.
then we will start from very basics. So then we will start working on the algorithm. So we have, like, if we do everything in by ourselves, it will take much longer time.
Yeah.
So we have to think what we can skip, like how big we want it to be. So, and
Yeah.
because we also need motivation to work that long, so it cannot be like for 1 month we did something and then we are lost. So we really have to eh, have that much motivation.
Yeah, I agree. Like as we are still testing this, and like we want to create like MVP. Starting
Mhm,
simple, I think it is the best solution. I don't know what I don't have the picture in my mind like how simple we need to be.
mhm.
Like what is the definition of simple, you know? But my
Okay,
suggestion is okay, let's start it simple with
okay,
like one use case, and
okay,
then let's validate and reiterate
mhm,
after that.
okay, okay.
And
I
this validation step, I think that it is a good thing that, okay,
mhm,
we have
mhm,
this sample, we have this test, we have this demo, and then we can
mhm.
show this, right?
Okay. Mhm. I
And
think
collect feedback and then reiterate. Sorry. Yeah, I was just,
sorry. No, no. It's okay. Actually, I Andromeda. I am writing three names here. So these are the three algorithms which are good. So maybe we can maybe and we have codes, GitHub codes available for all three of them. They are already published and they are very matured. So they were they were discovered it, or they were people made these algorithm in 1990s. So I think one of them is 1990 what launched in 1990. But even if we understand one of this algorithm, we will understand like the core. This is the core, and this is taking a lot of time. And even for one single sample, like one single raw file, raw file, it will take 1 hour. So and it can even take 2, 3, 4 hours, but roughly 1 hour, one sample. So if we have to analyze 500, 5,000 raw files, it will take too much time. And suppose we have to tweak one parameter, again, that much time. And we cannot try different combination in that case. So I think maybe we can, like, I will propose we can dedicate some time on these three algorithms to understand it. And then, because like if we read something about them, we will know that uh, if we can put some effort to develop an algorithm or not. And if we can even develop an algorithm which is suppose 10 times faster, maybe results are not 100%, results are also 80%. This is also okay for the market. So, and I think it won't take too much time. Like we have AI, so we don't really have to sit and code from very basics. So we can always use AI. But if you suggest, I think we can at least dedicate some time on, or a week at least, on these algorithms.
Yeah, I can play with those algorithms. I'm
Oh, okay,
interested in that. So
okay, perfect.
me and Raf can maybe like work hand in hand in that.
Perfect.
Shubham, can you recommend like where to? I like this focus of
Mm-hmm,
a kind of proof of concept. Make it
mm-hmm,
small, make it simple.
perfect, perfect. Hmm.
Can you direct us on
Yeah, but
what would be the
surely,
most
surely, I will
exciting
find
to people, but
what
most easy
maybe
to?
we will. I think we will start with the toughest problem available, like deadliest cancer or like deadliest disease, and I will look for the data sets. And if we have good number of data sets, we will work on the deadliest thing. Because even our
Awesome.
output, like one out of 10 output are correct, then it will make sense for them. Like it will really have uh, significant
Yeah,
contribution in the scientific domain. So
that's
I think
cool.
we can focus on that thing. But and I also love algorithms. So I will also I also learned too much about. I read many papers around these algorithms, and there are more than 15 algorithms available. I tried. I was trying to make them faster to really work on their drawbacks, but I think now I also have to like get back to basics. But it's better. I think for a week we can focus on the algorithm, and we can come up with, maybe we can uh, I think first 1 or 2 days we can dedicate to we can read about these three. Then we can decide which algorithm, which one. Maybe Rick, you can decide Sequest. One can decide Amanda, and third maybe I can decide Andromeda. So we can select one algorithm. We can read about it. Then we can compare all together.
Okay, can you send links to those like the source code of those
I think
algorithms?
this is very easy. Like you can. This is we don't have. Things with different, like this is very unique to algorithm. You can just google it, sequester ht, and you will find it. So
Okay.
First link
Can
will
you
be
write those in the chat, please? I'm
already.
having
I
trouble
already
under.
wrote
Okay.
in the WhatsApp group. So yeah,
Great.
and there are different links to it. So I think we can start from here, and then we will decide if we have to put some effort, or we can also
Yeah.
try to use all 15 algorithms, and then we can always select which is identified in by all these 15 algorithms. So maybe we
Yeah.
can just
Yeah. Let.
like, this is also a good idea, like instead of like, so we can work on these. I will list
Beautiful.
all the other algorithms in this week, and then we can find a way out of
I
this.
love it.
So
Okay, so let's do that this week. Let's
mm,
pick a sexy data set that
mhm,
is like a deadly disease, something that is
mhm, mhm,
marketable. If
mhm, mhm,
people hear we're working on it, they're like, "Oh, tell me
mhm.
more."
Right, right.
And let's meet again on next Sunday
Okay, perfect.
and talk and work on the algorithms. I
Mhm,
like your
mhm,
idea of
mhm,
dividing it. Let's
mhm,
get that data set to
okay.
Raphael so you can
Mhm,
start learning about what that data means,
mhm.
and maybe share some like information about mass spec in general.
Sure,
You took
sure,
me to
sure.
mass spec school. It's really
Uh-huh.
cool, Raphael. It's very cool. Um, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I will write something about mass spec. Maybe I can we
Okay.
can also like, yeah, and you can, Rafael, you, it's better that if you have some doubts you can always ask me, like you can compile your doubt, keep sending the messages, I will revert on it, so it will make sense in that way. And uh also I think, Eric, are you do you have any affiliation now, or you are free, like?
I'm free.
Okay, so I think you can you can use affiliation from Omics Link. I have a American person again from Protify. There is a company Protify. I
Okay.
I am discussing things with him. He has Simplify. So Simplify is from their company. So maybe I will try, like, if we find some good insights, if we are confident that we can do it, then we can always try to collaborate with some people. There we can, like, they already have good approaches. They are already in market from last 15 years. So I will try to push things, and you are already in America. Like, you will go back to America, and we will make some kind of collaboration if needed. Because if we just jump in, it will take too much time. And they are like, the guy who owns that company, he is already in the market from last 50 years,
Yeah,
45 years, and people know him. So, and my company is collaborating with them. So I think we will we will sign some kind of contract in this week. So
that's
this is in
great.
that
Yeah,
way.
so they're
So
a
I think
potential
you
a
can,
partner. Yeah,
yeah. So I think you can also you can use this affiliation from my company. uh, Decide what you want to be, director of software development or something. So, and I will keep pushing people, and we will try to have some collaboration. We can also try to ask some funding, or maybe there we can use their like servers to analyze the data or something.
yeah,
Now
awesome,
he said I can use Simplify for as long as I want. He won't charge
cool.
me. He said I can test it out, but I will also try their algorithm for free. He said write me an email if you need more credit. I will always give it to you. So I made some good bonds with him. So we will try, like, we will put some effort, and then I will always like bring more people and try to have some good collaboration. So,
That's awesome.
so
That's
I think
great.
That's
you can
cool.
write something like maybe director of software development is good, I think, or you can decide. And
Okay,
I, I will I will keep using your name. Maybe then we can have meeting with you, and like we will try to get some good in collaboration. Basically, this
I
is
love
the
it.
yeah,
That's good that we have a
yeah,
player in the market.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I think if we start from zero, it will take too much time, and people won't find
Yeah.
us credible in the market. So
yeah,
somehow we
yeah.
will make a balance.
Right, right.
Yeah. So I think,
Uh,
yeah, you can update it. And Rafael, you, I think if there are some Black Friday sale coupons, then please forward these to us from Nike if we have some,
Okay. Yeah.
or we
Yeah.
can
Yeah. Yeah.
collaborate with Nike someday.
Let's see. Let's see. Uh, yeah, but I think that like having a collaboration, a partnership is really good. Like for
Right, yes,
maybe
yes.
maybe
I
this
think
is
if
something
it is
that it is
win-win,
going to be like
then this is good. And
yeah
yeah,
a
I think we
direction,
have to
right?
keep
I
it.
think that the direction is something that is really important right now, right?
Yes.
So like not try to make it too broad, and
Yes,
try to
yes.
solve everything,
We will
you know.
keep focus on something. And also there is a thing I like, even if we work, like if we three work by ourselves for 2 years, 3 years, maybe we make something when, but maybe techniques are changed, maybe that will not be relevant for everyone after 3 years. So we have to do things quickly. Maybe we need, we really need have to work much more, like we need some collaboration to make things faster.
Yeah,
Like we cannot wait for 3 years, I think. And
I agree.
we won't have that much motivation. And I know, like I think me and Rick, we really discussed a lot. January, February, March, then I was like disturbed personally. And then from about 6 months we were not doing something, we were like diluted, and now we are again on track. So I
Yeah,
think we really have to do it faster. I can include few interns if we need. We can have few interns.
nice.
They can help you out if you need, you want them to read something, you want some report from them, they can work on it. So
Cool.
we can split, like we can just provide a single assignment to them and they will work on it. So I
I
will
love it.
keep adding people in this group in future if we need. And Rick, I think it
Beautiful.
will make sense. I will have maybe more than 10, 20 people. They will work for free for us, or maybe I will just give them some stipend, 100, 200 euro a month. So
Beautiful.
they can work 10, 20 hours a week.
Nice.
So
Nice.
we can do it.
Let's wrap this up. I think we're at a good
Yep.
place. And Raphael, I want to respect your time. You said you have some obligations. Before we sign off, Rob, do you have any other thoughts or points you want to make?
No, I don't have anything right now. Like what I'm thinking that I'm gonna do, like I'm going to take a look on these three algorithms and
Mhm,
also
mhm,
try to take a look on some data sets.
mhm, mhm.
We are going to focus more on cancer, right?
Uh,
First.
I
Is that correct?
we can decide, like
Okay. This is
cancer
not
cancer
defined
has
yet.
cancer have much heterogeneity. So even if
Okay.
I have cancer again on the same organ, it will be different. I think cancer will be difficult to track. We can focus on, I will again search, but I think AIDS, HIV, or like this kind of disease which is widely spreaded and people don't have a solution. So it will help. So, yeah. So,
Okay, we'll
Sounds
we'll
good.
defer to you, Shubham, on which where to focus.
mm, yeah,
What
so
you
I,
pick.
I I will find, maybe in cancer I will find cancer which is kind of cancer which is not that heterogeneous, which is very homogeneous and not very different. So I will find a disease and I will like hand it to the group, or we can decide it next week. Like
Okay.
I will also add why I want to work on this. So I think that will make
Well,
sense.
let's pick something like by tomorrow just to get
Mm-hmm,
us started. We can of course pivot, but that will
mm-hmm,
give Raphael some focus on
hmm.
which
But
data set to look
but
at. Yeah.
Rick, I think every data set is same. So mass
Mm,
spec, every data set has some protein, same kind of data set. So we can at least for like we can use these algorithm in any of the data set. It won't
okay.
change. So
Okay.
and I am also writing some software name of the softwares. So just um, sorry. And just there are two kind of data sets. I am also writing it in the group. Uh, Data sets DDA or DIA. So DDA and DIA. And so I think I we will talk more in the next meeting. So otherwise, yeah, Rafael have to go. So
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
this is something. But I will also come up with few more uh, things, like which company is built on which software and how good they are doing. So I will keep you motivated on these things. So we will earn good money. We will solve the problem and we will also earn good money. So
Beautiful. I love it. I love it. We're doing good, and there might be some financial benefit as well, which is
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
all right. I'll send you a
Sure.
summary. I
Thank you.
recorded this conversation. I'll send you a
Perfect. Perfect.
summary and like what our goals and mission is.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for participating. I love you guys. This is so
No problem.
fun. I just think you guys are the best minds I know, and just want to see what kind of magic we can make. So
Totally.
thank you
Rick,
so much.
Rick, you please add that affiliation in your profile, LinkedIn profile. I will. I think I can try to find few more people, and we can also work for them. So at least temporarily, we can get some revenue, and we will work on these things. So I will try to propose someone from America, and like I will keep using your profile. So this is the
Okay.
objective.
All right. That sounds good.
Okay then.
All
See
right.
you.
Okay,
Ciao. Bye
All
bye.
right. Love
sounds
you though.
good.
Have a
Okay.
nice weekend.
Thank you.
You too. Enjoy your
Bye bye.
Sunday. Bye bye.
Yeah,
Bye bye.
thank you.